Spy on your neighbours, says former MI5 head Stella Rimington. Dame Stella Rimington invoked a wartime spirit as she said the public had a duty to act as the eyes and ears of the security services in combating terrorism. Look at this woman. Just look how evil she looks. She looks like she's just about to take a bite out of a firstborn, raw. She wants us to spy on our neighbours. Just like the Stasi in East Germany, she wants us to spy on our neighbours. Do we really want to live in a society where we're all wondering if our neighbours are spying on us? Really? If MI5 truly wanted to combat terrorism, then the first place they would knock would be on 10 Downing Street. Despite what the lamestream media tell us, bombing innocent people in far-off countries based on a pack of lies so you can shore up oil supplies for bankers might just annoy a few people. Cameron has also supported Al-Qaeda terrorists in Libya, and him and William Hague are now falling over themselves to feed us a story so that they can now fund and train and arm more Al-Qaeda terrorists in Syria. I wonder if I started a group that funded terrorists, whether I would be arrested. I'm guessing that, as all communication is now monitored and the Snoopers Charter is just officially letting us know that, I'm guessing I probably would be arrested, and rightly so. So why doesn't this evil dame start spying on Downing Street and bring this evil, murderous Prime Minister to justice? Might I also suggest a vampire lady that you spy on MI5 themselves, because the Woolwich attackers were known to MI5, so spy on them, monitor them, find out what MI5 actually knew about these guys. After all, they offered him a job. If I was this devil dame, I would also spy on Peter Power and see who he was working for on July the 7th, 2005, when his terror training exercise, an exercise that envisioned the exact same bombs going off in the exact same place at the exact same time as what actually took place on 7/7.
And the most peculiar thing was we based our scenario on the simultaneous attacks on the Underground and mainline station. So we had to suddenly switch an exercise from fictional to real. And one of the first things is, get that bureau number. When you have a list of people missing, tell them. And it took a long time.
Just to get this right, you were actually working today on an exercise that envisioned virtually this scenario.
Almost precisely.
Stella knows this wasn't a coincidence. It can't be. Peter Power and the intelligence services knew what was being played out, so spy on them. We might finally get the truth. I would definitely also spy on MI6, because after the 7/7 bombings and after the failed 21/7 bombings, the so-called mastermind of these attacks was someone called Harun Rashid Aswat. And as the whole of the UK police force were hunting him, MI6 were hiding him.
Yeah, all of these guys seem to be going back to an organization called Al-Muhajirun, which means the emigrants. It was the recruiting arm of Al-Qaeda in London. They specialized in recruiting kids whose families had emigrated to Britain, but who had British passports. And they would use them for terrorist work.
So a couple of them now have Somali connections?
Yeah, it was not unusual. Somalia, Eritrea, the first group, of course, were primarily Pakistani. But what they had in common was they were all immigrant groups in Britain recruited by this Al-Muhajirun group. They were headed by, Captain Hook, the Imam in London, the Finsbury Mosque, without the arm. He was the head of that organization. Now, his assistant was a guy named Aswat, Harun Rashid Aswat.
Aswat, who they picked up.
Aswat is believed to be the mastermind of all the bombings in London.
On the 7/7 and 7/21, this is the guy, we think.
This is the guy, and what's really embarrassing is that the entire British police are out chasing him, and one wing of the British government, MI6, or the British Secret Service, has been hiding him. And this has been a real source of contention between CIA,
Hold on, John.
Justice Department, and Britain.
MI6 has been hiding him. Are you saying that he has been working for them?
So, Stella, darling, instead of looking outwards at all of us and trying to create a Stasi society, I would suggest you look a little more inwardly at the service that I am sure paid you very well indeed.